tells me he banged the kid out, and that's that. Well, so happens his father's a made guy with the Banana family. Wow. Father's name is Patty Boxcars, they call him.
Okay.
There's a couple of boxcars in the Bananas. I think this one, last name was Consello, I think, okay? I don't know for sure. Don't hold me to it.
And this is his dad, you're saying?
Oh, his son got killed.
Oh, boy. So he killed the kid.
Killed the wise guy's son.
Oh, boy. What has he done with the body at this point?
They found the body. I think the kid was slumped over. They found him in the car.
Oh.
Slumped over. There's a body. There's this, that, whatever.
Evidence,
it's traceable. Evidence, the whole thing, right?
Wow.
He goes on the lam. Okay. I sent him money to start out. He goes away. Word gets out. The Bananas, they're looking for...
You got a problem now.
Big problem.
Yeah.
He gets pinched for the murder.
Wow.
So happens a kid that was there who was related to Levy. Levy was around my cousin Alex, Black Alex I told you about.
Yeah.
Now Levy's like an old lockpicker. That's what he's known for. He looked like Freddy Krueger.
Wow.
That's how old he was.
Yeah.
This guy walking around, I mean, back then he had to be 80, 90 years old, At least he looked it, So his nephew of his family, I don't know how he's related, this kid who lived right off of Christie Street, this kid Nicky, he was the witness because he was in the after hour when these two were together. And I guess Joe Bates banged him out right near the after hour and this kid Nicky seen it.
Wow.
And allegedly he made statements, and that's what led him to pinch Joey.
Wow. So now Joey gets pinched.
Joey gets pinched. He's pinched for murder, blah, 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 at the state. He's in Rikers Island. I'm going to visit him. First, he was in C96, never forget, cell block C96 he was in, right?
It was a hellhole, Rikers Island.
Yeah.
I've only been there once to visit somebody, and I remember that place was scary.
So I'm taking care of the kid. I'm sending him commissary, he's my friend,
Mm-hmm.
He beats the case.
Really?
That's how he beats the case, okay? I get where this kid Nicky is going to be a witness on the case, right?
Oh.
Everybody in the neighborhood knows this is my good friend, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The kid's worried I'm going to do something to him.
Of course.
So I'm in the car one night, and I just got these, Levy right away gets nervous, goes to Alex. Alex runs to my grandfather, Nunzi. Nunzi grabs me, okay, and says, look, this thing's dead. You might be looking to get revenge for your friend and all sort of stuff. I said, look, this kid is testifying. He made statements. He's not going to testify. He made statements. That's how he got pinched.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why. I said, I'm trying to find out, because what I was doing was, as I was going to see Joe Bates, or Joey, right? As I was going to see him, I was trying to get the paperwork, trying to get the discovery to prove it. So I could do something, And Levy went right away, put it on record with Alex. It's my nephew. And had the kid come to the club, and then Alex sat with him, and the whole big thing, right? And I'm pressing for paperwork, and I'm going around calling the kid a rat, and I'm going around the neighborhood calling this kid names. And this kid's getting more nervous as time goes on, right? So this whole thing comes to fruition. So you can see there was like a little sit down over it. That's my grandfather, that's my cousin,
Yeah, there's a lot involved here.
So my grandfather had a card game on Christie Street. Well, on Grand Street between Christie and the Bowery.
Yeah.
He called it the shoe. He called it the goulash. Right? He was partners with a Jewish partner, and you had a lot of Eastern Europeans up there.
It's the goulash name.
Bulgarians,
Goulash.
Russians, Polish, really nice people, and smart too. What he did, he had a nice pinochle game. So you would go up there, you would rent out a chalkboard. They give you a little chalkboard to keep the score, right? Cards, You go sit down, and he charge you for that, and they charge you by the hour, how many hours you're playing. Right? But then he would have food up there too. And it wasn't a fancy place. It was like it was open 24/7. You had a lot of guys up there that looked homeless, but they had a lot of money. Back to the kid Nicky. As the trial gets closer, and it goes to trial, Nicky never testifies. Retracts his statement, the whole nine.
Yep.
Joey beats the case. He goes, and now he's out. And I told him, I said, you got to lay low. And he did. He laid low, right? One night, I'm on the corner, Spring and Mott. There's a car waiting at the light. Who's in the car? Tommy Karate, Tommy Patera, and it's Vinny Bionic. I got to give Vinny's last name because Vinny's from my neighborhood, you know. They're at the light, you know. They pull over. Vinny introduces me to Tommy Karate, you know. And I'm shaking Vinny's hand. I met Tommy Karate, right? And they're asking me, who's this kid, Joey Orange, Joe Bates? Because Vinny knew my whole family all my life.
Right.
So he had the confidence to ask me. But they didn't know the connection. So I said, well, why? I said.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vinny said, look, I talked to you. You know, you get out of the car. And him and Tommy Karate get out of the car. Tommy's staying on the side. Vinny's walking me to the side. He told me, he said, this kid clipped Patty Boxcar's son. He says, and
It's a
Tommy,
problem still.
yeah, pretty much telling me Tommy wants to see him.
Yeah.
You know what that means.
Yeah, Tommy
right?
wants to see him.
It's the first time I ever heard of Tommy Karate.
Okay.
Didn't know nothing about him. Didn't know whatever. If you look at him, he's very unassuming. You would underestimate him. And he's got this really squeaky voice.
Really? I didn't know that.
Like
high pitched, you saying?
high, yeah, very high pitched, like a Minnie Mouse.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would have never
Like,
guessed
hey,
that.
hey, Sonny, yeah, how are you? You know, like you can't, I can't even, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's off.
You would ne-
It's
yeah, you never
definitely
think-
off.
yeah.
You don't think like that.
Shook his hand, I met him, right? And then Vinny Bonner goes, hey, he said, you know, he said, you two have a lot in common. He said, you know, he's a black belt in karate. He said, Frank, you train martial arts. He said, the two of you should, you know. He says, yeah. You know, he shakes my hand and stuff. That's the first time I met him. And he didn't know I was good friends with Joe Bates.
Yeah. The guy they're looking for.
So right after they left, right, I go right to the payphone.
Yep.
Right? I beep him. This moron. I beep him. I meet him uptown. Right? I said, listen, you have a problem.
A rather large one.
Big problem.
Yeah.
You can't stay in New York. You got to go out of state.
It's time to go for sure.
Time to go.
Yeah.
He goes to Florida. I guess they went through the whole laying out Patty Boxcar's son and the whole thing, and it was a bad thing, you know.
That's a seriously bad thing at this point.
I had heard that he got pinched again in Florida for something. I don't know what he did. He wound up getting a lot of time, like 17 years. And then I heard he became a born-again Christian.
That's nice.
And then I heard that he cooperated. And then I didn't hear anything else after that. I lost contact with him. So all the while, right, the beef with the cab driver, I told you about that.
Right.
The beef with the cops. We got beat up by detectives, right? The beef at the nightclub. Anywhere we went, right? If I had him with me, he'd fight. If I gave him a gun, he'd shoot. I give him a knife, he'd stab you, you know?
So no matter what, he's
matter
there
what,
for
the
the long haul.
The kid was there.
Whatever it
you
looked
know?
like.
So when he goes and kills Patty Boxcar's son, he claimed he didn't know the father was a wise guy, which I didn't believe him, you know? And, you know, put me in a bad spot because the guy's my friend. Then you go kill a wise guy's son, can't condone that.
In the game Uno, shout out to my Usos, killing bills like Uma, balls travel from Pluto, big truck soprano, gabagool and